Really three options that are now presented. There's the employer-sponsored plan, programs and plans that you individually may have with your company or your company may provide. Government-sponsored plan, Medicare, Medicaid, and really the newest element, which is the American Health Benefit Exchange Program, and that's really the first one, the employer plan, how the Affordable Care interacts with that, and really the Health Benefit Exchange. The Health Benefits Exchange under the plan requires each state, through a governmental agency or a non-profit agency, to put together an entity that will provide qualified health plans that meet certain governmental standards. That's outlined in the Act, and it's referred to as the minimum credible benefit standards. The equation. Now, under the Affordable Care Act, they've really put it into what's called a large employer and a small employer. What's interesting is a large employer is defined as a company that has more than 50 full-time employees. Now, to me, if you look at other large companies, whether it's McDonald's or Walmart, I don't know that 51 employees is a large company, but that's the way it's defined here. And there's different requirements under the Affordable Care Act on whether you're considered a large employer or a small employer. So I think if anyone's on the cusp of that, you really need to pay attention and focus on, the employees that you have and where you fit into the system, because you'll have some opportunities to make determinations on whether or not you want to provide coverage, number one, which is a business decision, a legal decision, and probably the largest thing also a tax decision. And I think we'll get into that, or other people will get into that as we move along. So it's 50 or more full-time employees, and that's determined on the basis of number of employees who worked the previous calendar year. If you do not require employees to offer them health coverage, that individual can obtain coverage, obviously, through Medicare, Medicaid, whatever the case may be, or through obviously employer, or through the exchange. If you determine not to provide that health coverage, then the ACA will impose a shared responsibility payment upon the employers with 50 or more employees that aren't offering that coverage. Obviously, in an area like northern New Jersey, where most of us work, you can't just look at whether or not providing health service, or health plan rather, to your employees is going to save you money or not. One analysis would be, well, if I get hit with the shared responsibility payments and I just pay that, it may cost me less. But of course you may lose critical employees who are not going to go into that exchange, and are going to have an impact, or a serious impact, on your competitiveness and whether you can retain employees. As a result, the question just isn't cost savings, but it's a business decision and how it will affect you and your ability to bring in employees in a competitive market.